What's up everyone, it's Gabby Trades and welcome back to the channel. Well, markets are cautiously optimistic, if you can even say that. I think it's amidst all the good news that Trump has brought to us. Well, pretty much Bitcoin is sitting in the same range from last week, but is that a sign of weakness or is that a sign of strength? Well, before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. Well, if we look at last week, Bitcoin really had its best week in nearly 2 months, which was trading above like 108k intraday. Now, the US dollar dropped for the third time in 4 weeks, closing at its weakest level since February 2022, you guys. What do we know about the dollar? A weak dollar usually helps gold and crypto assets. Now, the S&P 500 has jumped 28%, and that's since April, and it just hit its new all-time high. It's first since February. Now, the Nasdaq also made a record high. Why? Well, all that is because the tensions in the Middle East are coming down, and the US and China signed a new trade deal, and the US economy is still holding strong all in all. Now, we can break this down as well. Now, what is all that, right? We have less fears in the Middle East, which ended really the conflict quite quickly. It was pretty much like 12 days. I mean, think about it, you guys. We had this going on for 12 days. Well, that's kind of crazy. Now, the US-China trade deal, well, President Trump pretty much announced that it's officially signed, and the US-Canada resumed trade talks after the digital tax dropped. The European Union also accepted 10% universal US tariff with exemptions. And in general, investors are expecting rate cuts some point in the next months, so stocks are more attractive hence. Today we have a little bit of economic data that we need to look at, and we also have to see what the Fed has to say today. Speaking with the ECB President Christine Lagarde and other key figures, they will be discussing monetary policies amid the concerns about inflation control and economic growth prospects in general. How are you guys doing? Let's see who's here in the chat. All right, we have 50 people and we only have 2 people speaking in the chat. So you guys know that I love to see you. Hello, Z Trader S. Oh, that's very hot. That's very hot in the Netherlands. Okay, how are you guys doing? I want to know where everyone is from, and let's move on here to have quick look at this data over here. Is that it? We got it finally. Okay, 49 for the ISM manufacturing PMI, and then JOLTS opening are also up. Now, this is all good stuff, you guys. Like the JOLTS opening is very good because that is, a monthly report. We're looking at the labor of statistics, and it shows the job openings that there are in the US economy in general, plus data hires, everything, right? So it's really good when the number is high. So that's positive. Now, on the other side, what else do we have? The PMI. Well, the PMI is also good because it's pretty much giving us sort of a reading about the manufacturing pretty much in the US, right? Not only that, it's just everything that has to do with manufacturing, production, new orders, you name it, right? Employment even as well. So above 50 is a good sign for us. So yeah, that's all good numbers over here. So today it's overall positive day. So is that going to move the markets? We have to look at it together. First of all, I want to know, how are you guys feeling? Did you have a good week? Did you catch the short or not? Are you still stuck in the range or waiting for the range to break out? That's crazy. So many Indians, not a single deal for Indians to invest fresh capital. I'm not sure what you mean made by that. What's happening with the Indians? Like, anyway, all right, you guys, let's quickly move on here and look at what's happening. Okay, so we pretty much left it last week, and we said one thing, right? We said one thing, and that thing was that we need to exit that range either to the upside or to the downside, and that is going to signal a trade, right? So it's been pretty much ranging, and not accepting of levels that are very, very important, right? We need to look at levels since the last new all-time high. We're going to look at all of that, but it's not it's not pretty amazing that we're not breaking those levels. But anyway, I personally took a short, me and my community, of course, you guys, like, I give you all these updates on Telegram as well. If you want to join the Telegram group that I've created for the Coin Bureau people, make sure you jump on it. You can find all the details in the description box because I made that for you guys. So it's very simple for you to get in. So yeah, basically for me, at a level of sell interest for me, even though the price action is not that ideal, I took a short, which is working as per my model as usual. So, you know, I'm not missing an opportunity here. That's the short. Let me see if I can actually generate here an image for you guys. Let's have a look. Can I just paste that? Yeah, pretty much something like this. So yeah, I mean, it was a good trade for me, but the thing is, like, is it going to continue to the downside? Today we had really good news, so we might break out. I mean, I hope we break out. To be honest, I've taken some profits and I put my stop loss at break even because I'm not willing to risk, although it does look kind of bearish at these major levels, right? Because if you think about it, we're rejecting at very important levels, right? We're not managing to break pretty much anything right now. And if you look on the daily chart, this is what's important, right? Like, we're rejecting from the previous all-time high here from 17th of December, right? We're not even managing to get above the high that we make in January up here. Was it 19th of January, something like that? So it's a lot of rejection in that area, and we have to do a lot of work. The bulls have to do a lot of work to get above these levels to give us a lot of confidence. But all in all, you know, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, right? Can we get a pullback? Well, of course we can, right? These are normal things. So it could happen, but if we look at the overall picture, it's still looking quite good, right? The V-shaped recovery over here was very clean. It was really good trade. In fact, I'm starting a mentorship as well, so I'm going to teach you guys exactly how you can find an entry on these V-shaped recoveries over here. Like, I think, in my opinion, every trader needs to know how to trade V-shapes and stuff like that. So that's extremely important. Soul dumping. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, have we really had one single asset that has made, I don't know, 5%, and then it didn't just erase all the gains? Like, something is fundamentally wrong with crypto right now, in my opinion. Like, we have a pump and then nothing happens after that. It's literally for everything. Like, I'm pretty sure XRP is the same thing. Yeah, I was just looking at it. It's just not, it's not worth for me right now. You know, look at it. Like, it pumps, nice pump, and then it doesn't hold. It's just over and over and over again. We keep seeing the same thing. So yeah, as per the model, I'm short, and that's what I tried to explain to you last week. Absolutely same thing that we did with the move down here and up. It was nothing different than that. But this week, we're pretty much not doing much, right? We're trying to gain that power from somewhere, but it's not coming from anywhere, right? We exited the range to the upside. We trapped everyone. We moved to the downside. We trapped everyone. Now, what is going to happen from here, right? We have the true open over here for this week. So I want to see some sort of action, because usually for Monday, this should happen already, right? We should have some sort of momentum, but we're not having it. So yeah. In my side, I have to hold my my bearish bias for now, because as per my strategy and as per my model, the 0.786 is an area of exhaustion. So I need to start selling from there. It's simple as that. And then if the price is strong, I'm looking for it to hold around the 0.5 of my trading range. It's really that simple, you guys. Now, what else? Honestly, I cannot tell you. Today is pretty bullish, but in terms of news, but that could mean that we're just gonna still be in that range, and then we can reject from it tomorrow. Like, we really don't know. If we have to look at the TradFi and everything, like, it looks fine. S&P looks perfect. Nasdaq looks great. Like, what are you doing, Bitcoin? It's time for you to do something. But overall, the picture is good, right? Because we have this double liquidity over here. We've cleared the low liquidity, made a pretty nice V-shaped recovery. For me, I'm quite bullish. ETH analysis, yeah, we're gonna move to that, mate. BTC having a micro pump right now. Yeah, absolutely. What's your thought on the Sol ETF impact on the Sol charts launches on 2nd of July 25? Well, it might as well could be the catalyst that we need. You know what I mean? Because Sol is bullish and it needs to do what a bullish asset needs to do. It's just waiting for this catalyst, so it might as well just happen. And as per my bias, you guys, and I spoke to you about that, I am looking for the outs to do something within the summer period, right? That's what I want to see, and that will confirm my entire bias. But let's look at Sol real quick. Let's look at Sol real quick, see what's happening on a daily time frame. Well, we're at a very huge decision-making point right now. If we manage to reject from here, right? If we manage to sustain these levels here and reject, this is going to be a major sign to me that the next stop for Solana is going to be all the way at up to $300, right? It's gonna have to be, because this is how my ranges work, you guys. I'm going to teach you all these things. Just bear with me. Everything with time is going to translate more to you guys, right? Yes, indeed, we have a sell zone at around the 0.786. So, but this is only fine. We only need to fight this level, right? We need to find $154 with strength. And we did it once over here, and then we dropped. So we really need to just maintain this structure, because we've pulled back enough, in my opinion, right, to just break the daily support that used to be resistance, or now it's resistance, used to be support, whatever. These are levels from way back. Good day to everyone. Do you have any thoughts on Sui? Yeah, we can definitely have a look at Sui as well. So that's the thing. Solana is, you know, the overall picture is good, right? It's not doom and gloom. It's all good. It's holding areas. It hasn't even reached the 0.236, right? Which is way back. This is high time frame swing analysis, right? We haven't even dropped. Like, if this low over here dropped to the 0.236, which is $80, that would have shown extreme weakness for Solana, but we didn't see that, right? Yes, we dropped pretty deeply, but that's because we have a lot of weakness in the markets, in the crypto markets in general this cycle. So it's a normal drop for me in these conditions, which are not that great. But regardless, we haven't reached the ultimate zone, which was then going to show to me that there is very, very little chance for Solana to go above $236. Do you see what I mean? So, but once we're maintaining the 0.5, even with weakness, we're maintaining it, right? So that would mean that we're gonna exit and we're gonna search for $300 Solana, right? So we're gonna have new highs on Solana if we maintain. And now we're at a decision point, right? So from here, if we get the strength, if we get what we need to get, I'm gonna be betting that we're gonna get $300 Solana from here, right? So it's pretty much a big decision point, and we have to fight off levels, right? 162 major level that we need to fight. There is some levels that we can catch shorts from as well, even on a lower time frame. I'm sure I can find more. All right, the 12 hour is showing us that we also need to beat, what is that, 167.84. Like, come on now, you guys. It's a lot of work, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. In my opinion, at least. So yeah, pretty much Bitcoin has been it's been trading like in a very nasty way, in my opinion. But like, I don't forget the overall picture, right? Like, we need to look at the monthly, right? We just closed the monthly. Do we have a cleaner chart, Gabby, please? No, I've literally drawn on all the charts. That's fine, whatever. We'll work with what we have. Yeah, so I mean, the monthly is looking great, right? The monthly is looking great. And if we zoom out, right, let's zoom out. Not this chart. Let's find another one with more history. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. For all the traditional traders out there, right? Traditional traders, what do you guys see? Well, here it is, your favorite cup and handle, right? You have the cup and you have the handle over here, right? So this is a bullish, you know, traditional technical analysis formation, right? And for these kind of formations, then you're gonna come and you're gonna measure, right? You're gonna measure over here. What do you have? What do you have here? So that's gonna be like sort of a measure move for you. And then you're looking at 122,760, right? If that's true, right? If we look at the traditional cup and handle. So all in all, it should get to that point at some levels, and in my opinion, it needs to happen sooner than later, right? And then once we reach that, probably I'm going to be starting to short like pretty heavily, to be honest. But this liquidity up here needs to be cleared, and it needs to be cleared fast. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at pretty much. Let's have a look at ETH real quick for someone who asked. Same thing on a lower time frame. ETH V-shape recovery, pretty much not giving any entry unless on the 4-hour. No entry. So ETH with this V-shape over here, absolutely zero entry opportunities. Extremely boring. In my opinion, you don't want to be holding or trading ETH anywhere below this 12-hour resistance / support. So anywhere below 2,380, this is not looking good, right, for ETH, in my opinion. But anywhere above, yeah, man, possibilities, you know, possibilities for ETH. And again, we're playing above the 0.5. So if we manage to hold it, 2,680 is going to be the next stop. A lot of balanced price action over here, so I can see why price is rejecting from here. But yeah, it needs to happen. Let's have a look at ETH BTC real quick. It's just doing a big fat nothing as well. Greg Martin, Rockstar, thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Monday, like, I have the short on Bitcoin, and that's it pretty much. I don't think anything else was there for me. Most of the other time I was just trading gold, to be fair with you guys, and gold's been very clean. So yeah, I prefer to do that when there is nothing happening in the crypto markets. Does that make sense? Gold might be up for some short right now. Let's have a look. 15-minute time frame, 10-minute time frame. Maybe not yet, but it needs to be potentially now, or I have to wait for $3,400 on gold if I want to short. So it's gonna be like that, I think. But I've had very good couple days on gold. Yeah, yesterday was a bit slow, but like whatever, it still works. So VIX has been really crazy, right? We have a jump on VIX and then we have a drop down. I just don't understand it, honestly. Like, it's very much news driven, so whatever. Nasdaq, in my opinion, still bullish. We're printing potentially the first bearish daily candle in a lot of days over here, so let's see if that's going to be true. There isn't much price data on Nasdaq to look at, but let's have a look on the 4-hour. Yeah, this is looking bearish on the 4-hour, actually, not gonna lie. So we might start seeing a pullback. So if Nasdaq starts weakening, well, we're gonna have to see what that means for Bitcoin as well. But this is going to be really interesting because see that we had positive news right now, and if Nasdaq and everything starts selling off, it's just going to be another mind, you know, play for us, because bad news now used to be good news, if you remember, Now imagine if good news turned to be like bad news the other way around. Like it's absolutely totally possible for something like that to happen. Yeah. Let's have a look at Bitcoin testing the true week open. Is that going to be it? Are we going to break? We're gonna have to look at, yeah, there's absolutely nothing. I'm still keeping my short. There is no reason for me to close it. I've already picked up some profits anyway. But let's talk about what could happen and where could we pull back. So in case this continues, right, in case this continues, I'm like very much heavily orientated on the 0.5 area. So that'll be 104,385. This area needs to hold. And then if that area doesn't, actually, you know what? It's more than that. It's more than that. Maybe we can draw it like this. This whole area over here is going to be a buy zone, right? So it actually starts a little bit down, so around 102,688 up to 104,385. So this area really needs to hold. So if we manage to hold that area, you guys, I think it's going to be good. But if we start dropping below, this is going to be very painful for alts. That's why I don't want to see it, right? There is a possibility that we might drop and retest the 101,065. You know, this is all events where we create higher highs or whatever. What is that? Higher lows. So we're going to create a higher low if we tap here. We're going to create a higher low if we tap at the 0.5. So both are not bad. But the only problem for me is that if we drop to 101,065, it's going to hurt alts a lot. And, you know, it's going to make sense to me as well, because I'm pretty much waiting for H-bar to clear high time frame liquidity. Now, if I look at H-bar, look at it. On the 4-hour, it has liquidity to the downside, so that's imminent in my opinion. 0.141. These indicators are my indicators. You can find them in my social profiles if you guys want them. They're really cheap, and it's just pretty much everything I use for my trading, plus obviously my model. But 12-hour time frame liquidity down here is even stronger in my opinion. So that's at around 0.12482 for H-bar. So that liquidity hasn't been taken with this low over here. You know, and then you have relatively equal lows. This is all extra liquidity, right? Even if you don't have the indicators, you can see that. Greg Martin, 96K trend line. All right, let's have a look for the trend line traders. Oh, do I have to delete everything? All right, cool, let's do it. Trend line. 96K. So wait, let's draw it. Let's draw it together. How can I do that? Trend line. We grab the trend line and we draw it together. So where is that going to have to start from? Is it like here or something? Are we gonna draw it like this? I'm not a big trend line person. How does that work? It has to have few touches, right? Is it like this? What is it? Greg, help me draw the trend line here, mate. Is it like, honestly, I have no idea how to draw these things. But anyway, you're probably referring to something like that. I'm pretty sure Aaron was posting something about the trend line and that we can drop to like 97. Bitcoin bull flag. Okay, so the bull flag was like something like this, right? Like that, and then it goes up, right? Coming from like this. Let's see these bull flags. All right, so I'm assuming that you guys are referring to this whole range here as being a... Isn't that going to be a channel then, you guys? I'm assuming it's going to be something like a channel. It was off top peak on the whole range. Yep, yeah. So it's a bull flag / channel type thing you guys are talking about. Yeah. Larry, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Where those channel things, where can we find them? Yeah, whatever. Maybe we can draw them together. So I'm assuming the channel would be something like this. And then something like this, I guess. Right? It should be like that, because they need to be touching like that, even if you don't count the wicks. So is that it? Am I drawing it correctly? If I am, let me know. But yeah, I mean, it's down. It has like lower highs or whatever. Okay, so yeah, so that's supposed to be a bullish flag. Yeah, I'm supposed to know these things. Well, I do know them, but I don't really use them, right? You can if you want to, but I prefer to use my ranges. Yeah, so if we look at that channel, whatever, then that means that we're gonna drop very, very low. So I don't know, we should be touching like twice at least, right? Or three times. So I'm assuming like it's this. I think if you're looking at trend lines like this, then you're kind of like hoping for at least 3 touches. I don't know, or was it 2 touches? I do think it will go to 93k, but I thought it would be in August/September. Listen, it's never a one-way thing, right? It's not like we're gonna go just one way down, right? It's not gonna be from here and then just down and then just up and then just, you know, it doesn't work like that, right? It's never gonna be like that. There needs to be people who are enticed, right? Like the market maker wants to entice people into position. They want to manipulate people that the market is going in a certain direction and then the market just goes somewhere else completely. So I wish it was as simple as that, but it's not really. So in my personal view, and like I said to you guys from before, what I'm expecting from this summer is, yes, absolutely, for price to pull back, right? I'm expecting for us to create some sort of ranging structure, and then hopefully when we come into October, for us to get another sort of like a bull run together, combined with all the rate cuts and everything. I think that makes the most sense to me, and I'm going to follow that plan. Until then, could we potentially, right, get price to come and make another high over here? Absolutely. Right? But from then, I'm going to be heavily looking to position myself on every opportunity I get short, because you know, the summer times for me are going to be slow, right? In my opinion, that's what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, right? And the first thing that you're looking at, if you open even my indicators, right, you can see it over here. This is the 12-hour. Let's look on the daily. So the first daily fair value gap that you have is over here, really, to be honest. And then you have one breaker block in the same area. So that gives you another confluence on top of everything, right? Buy breaker block over here, right? You have a buy breaker block. You have a buy order block. You have a lot of confluences in that area for price to hold. So you never know, right? This could be just a small manipulation to the downside before we continue up. But it's gonna make ranges. It's gonna manipulate. So we have to be prepared for all these things. For now, the price to me is not clear in the way that I want it to be clear. So I'm just trading what I see, and that's until I get any other confirmations whatsoever. For me, this is a sell zone, right? As soon as I draw my range, this is a sell zone for me. So that's what I'm looking at. Hoping for down to 103, up to 115, then down to 96, making money in each move. See, Greg is thinking like a market maker over here. This is like exactly what we like to see. Are we still in a bull market? Well, we should be, right? We should be. There is no reason for us not to be in a bull market yet. So, and that goes for until the rest of the year. So we're just gonna have to play with it and just be traders. You know what I mean? If you're a swing trader, good luck is all I'm gonna say. Because if you're a swing trader and you try to catch, I don't know, the XRP pump, you failed, right? Or whatever pump you have tried to catch, you have failed so far. And even XRP on the 12-hour, look at this liquidity down here. Like it's just absolutely terrible. And even if we go that much down, it's still going to be bullish. This is funny to me. You know, this is the whole comic situation, because if I zoom out and I see the whole price range, this is a super duper bullish chart. This is very bullish, right? And if we hold this area, that pretty much means to me that we're gonna get new all-time highs. So that's 15%. We can even drop 25%, and it's still going to be bullish. It's still going to be bullish, and we're gonna see prices above $3.5. But are you willing to wait for that, or can you handle the pain, or can you find entries at the right spot? This is the question, right? So for that, you need to zoom out, you need to go on a lower time frame and assess how price is moving. So for example, here XRP, let's have a look. V-shaped recovery, perfect entry at the V-shaped recovery. Still hasn't taken liquidity right over here, so it's fine. We've taken the lower liquidity, we have liquidity up here at the highs, so this could be just a manipulation move, right? 12-hour time frame, respecting everything. This is just, you know, it's just a massive trap situation right now that we're seeing. Equal highs, double equal highs, lots of liquidity to the upside, lots of reason for us to move up. So yeah, but can alts drop more? Yes, they can. Bitcoin dominance continues to rise. Not good, right? Because this is the level where Bitcoin dominance needed to drop. This is what I told you guys. Can you please look on Aptos? Yeah, we can look at Aptos. What are your hopes for BTC? How high? Well, my hopes, to be honest, for this bull run is, like I said, initially, I'm not looking for, I think anything above like 125 is going to be a gift, honestly. Like 150 is also very possible, in my opinion. 150 Bitcoin, but that's probably for the end of the year or something. And then now we have to see some sort of range formation. But I have a very strong feeling that we're gonna get new all-time highs before we start forming the new range. And we're already in July, so we have the following quarter of the fiscal year, because someone asked me, why are you following and counting the quarters like this? Don't they start in January? Yes, they do, but in my model they work like that. I count them from the fiscal year, which starts in April. So as simple as that, you guys. Yeah, so that's it. I'm short Bitcoin over here. Let's see if that short works out. Following whatever confluences you're using right now, it's looking short, right? There is no reason for you to be looking at longs unless you're trading, I don't know, the fair value gaps over here, right? The 12-hour fair value gap over here. If you're a fair value gap trader, props to you, right? But if we have a body close below here, that means we're definitely dropping down here. If you're trading fair value gaps, you know how these things work, right? You should know how these things work, right? If we have a body close below the imbalance, that means we're closing that candle. So that means we should be closing below 105,766. In a case of a body close below 106,266.2, and that's on a 12-hour time frame. I managed to win my trades only shorting. This is my first time shorting the markets. Congratulations. Yeah, I think, I don't know, like, what's your experience, but it seems like it's since you're just your first time shorting, probably not much. This is what happens to beginners a lot of the times. I also remember myself when I started learning trading, for some reason, shorting was way easier than buying. But you have to like get out of that mindset, in my opinion, and you have to learn how to be long and short in the market at the same time. Well, I wish there was a lot more to tell you guys on these things, but that's it. I'm short Bitcoin because it looks like it's a short and it's in my short zone. All these things I teach you guys. There is a wait list. You can sign up for my mentorship, whatever. All the links are in the description box. So yeah, I'm looking for price to drop at least to the buy breaker block, right? This is going to be a very shallow manipulation move to the downside. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So 105, somewhere around 105 needs to hold. And the ultimate is 104,377, right? And then the first major support is at, if we start dropping substantially, is at 102,657. We're gonna do all the dirty work. If we drop down to that level, all the dirty work is going to be cleared and we have a straight path to the upside, in my opinion, as per the technicals, right? And if we start dropping to the 101, I think that's when the alts are going to experience a lot of pain, and we don't want to see that. We definitely don't want to see that. They stop loss hunt my A off. Yeah, I can see that, mate. Oh my god, this is terrible. But yeah, this is why my method of trading is extremely simple, and I've tested it over the years. I've made my own model, my own literally system that I use, so which works for me. So I'm taking chances every time I see them, you guys. Is gold going to give us a short today? So yeah, that's it for today. Gabby, what's your thoughts on SUI? Sorry, Aptos. Yes, excuse me. Let's see that real quick because I actually forgot. Thank you for reminding me. APT. Wait, what? I lost it again. Hold on. APT. Let's go. 4.6. Jeez. Ugh. Honestly, this is just something else. Well, basically, you know, APT, same thing, which pretty much all alts have given us. Since we had the first pump with ETH BTC, we've broken major levels. This was my level on Aptos down here at 4.324. We've broken that level. Now all we need to do is to hold our grounds, right? That's what we need to do. And for simple technical analysis, like even if you're reading charts for the first time in your life, like you can say the last time that the bears had control was here, wasn't it? Over here. Bears had control. Where did bears lost control? Here, right? It's really that simple, you guys. Bears lost control here, but the bulls are struggling to keep that level. So are we going to come back and retest the major area? This is going to be the question. Very simple, basic analysis. My life got so much easier the minute I quit the Aptos chase. Yes, but Aptos in general, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why not? Liquidity. Liquidity at $6. So it's going to happen eventually. You know what I mean? Like that liquidity needs to get cleared. That liquidity needs to get clear overall. Look at that. Liquidity at almost $11, 10.6. Right? So patience. Wait for Bitcoin dominance. Wait for all these things. Sure, SUI. Let's have a look at SUI real quick because I have to run because I'm going to go live on my channel as well. You guys, if you haven't followed my channel on YouTube, go ahead and follow it. SUI. Well, it was going very well, right? SUI was going very well. I was very happy with SUI whatsoever. And then this happened. We dropped. Whatever. Now we're trading in a bullish leg as well. So, you know, we need to sort of refresh our confidence. But it's a very weak leg. Look at the leg, okay? Just look at the leg. I want you to understand the method, okay? Look at where price is bouncing from. 0.236. Do you think that's by chance? Answer is no. So okay, now that same thing with all the alts, right? We've come from a major level. We're trying to hold a higher high, right? This is basically now sort of like a very slow trending move. Like, are we going to continue that? Create a higher high, create another high? So for Sui, for more confirmation, $3 need to be broken, in my opinion. So that's it for today, you guys. Hopefully on Thursday, we're going to have a little bit more motion to see more interesting things, because in my opinion, it's not very interesting right now. Yeah. So short Bitcoin, let's hope that my trade does well. And if it doesn't, fair enough. I've already picked up some profit, so I don't really mind. But yeah, we need to see some action from these markets. And let's see, maybe like you said, the Sol ETF, whatever, all the catalysts are probably coming 2nd of July. Well, that's tomorrow, so it might as well just happen. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, you guys, and I will see you on Thursday. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and if you found it helpful, to be honest, I think the methods that I'm trying to teach you here are quite simple, and it's something that you can implement immediately on your chart. So yeah, I hope you appreciate that, and I'm really grateful for you guys. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for being so nice to me. I will see you in the next one. All right, have a great one.